I have 0 miles on my non-existent bike so far this year, and I have $0 raised. But I'm gonna do it. Because it's Don, it's Team Don, and that's motivation enough. It's a cut there, by the way.
I'm riding the Pan Mass Challenge for Don Etkin, who is a great guy. And good people make good people do good things just by being good people, so that's why I'm doing it.
That sums it up pretty well.
I knew Don, but I never got to ride with him before, though we did talk about bikes a lot, just the way bike guys kind of latch on and start talking about, you know, this wheel's better than that one, or, you know, geez, should I really spend money on this bike or whatever, but, you know, anyway, I wish I could ride with him, but doing this with everyone else just feels really good, and I'm glad I can do it, so, yeah.
He'll definitely be riding with us. I feel that very strong. But you know what? It's time we remember to have fun, too. That was his motto.
Team Don, don't forget to have fun! Don had approached me to help him get started in the PMC. And in 2001, Don and I and a number of other riders, we all rode in the 2001 PMC together. And I was fortunate. I got to ride with Don, I think 4 years together. And he always carried me. You know, he was always pulling me along.
The first year I did the Pan Mass was 2001, I think. And I royally screwed up my back the Wednesday before the ride. So Saturday morning, I woke up stiffer than this dining room table here that we're sitting at, and only due to Percocet and muscle relaxants was I able to even get into my bike clothes. And again, you know, Don was just amazing how he rode with me for the first half of it and just was kind of like my own cheerleader. And it was amazing. Then all of a sudden my back loosened up and I was riding as fast as anyone. And again, he was so psyched for me because he knew how much incredible pain I was in that day. But no, I guess it's in my nature to be an extremely tough, resilient guy anyway.
No, that sounds like Don. Don was always the guy that would help you out. That if you were, say, my first year, I really didn't know how things worked out. Don would be the one to explain it. If you had a flat tire, Don would be the guy that would come and help you out. He'd stay with you until the van arrived. You know, he'd be waiting for you at the rest stop. I mean, that was Don. He was the guy that would take care of you, would look after you.
In 2006, and we had to choose, and I think you guys said this too, we had to choose the floor or the bed.
Yeah.
Who took the floor?
Don.
Don.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, and it was unbelievable how he characterized himself in that way.
Yeah. You know, one of the most exciting parts of the weekend for him was posing with all the other cancer survivors at the Maritime Academy for that picture.
Yeah.
He always got pumped about that part of the afternoon.
Yeah.
I think even after all the trouble we'd get into, even on the 2008 ride, when, you know, we might have stayed up a little too late. Who was in the door in the morning telling us to get up?
Yeah.
It was Don.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, I looked forward to that kind of coaching.
Yeah.
He really did. He pulled me through the hills. You'll find out on the Cape, everybody's under the impression that the Cape's like flat. It's not. It's not. You know, when you get out to Wellfleet and you get into the hills and the dunes, it's very trying. You normally have a headwind, and you need somebody to break that wind. And Don broke the wind both physically and otherwise. I said, wait a minute, he was my roommate on the ship. Talking about breaking wind.
We were getting a beer at the Mass Maritime, and he was telling me about one of the rest stops. He went over to this girl, and she had Ewing sarcoma. And Don was telling me that he went up to her and said, you know, I have what you have, and I had that, and now look at me. And he said to me, the look on her face was just priceless. I mean, and the way Don was telling me this story, I mean, I could tell that was the whole ride for Don. That was his real motivation for doing this. it was just great to hear him say that.
You know, one of the great perks of doing the Pan Mass with Don every year is after the ride, he wrote these great journals, and we always used to look forward to getting these every single year. I've got one here, and I was just going to read a few excerpts from something he wrote in 2008. Sunday is the day to choose your own jersey. Teams of up to 100 riders have theirs, and many other riders wear TMC jerseys from years past. I have always looked for something a little more personal. This year I asked Kerry to make some additions to the plain yellow jersey that I wore for my first ride. Yellow, Lance Armstrong, Tour de France, get it? The front forms a big smiley face with a mouth that is curving thank you for the spectators, and the eyes are circles with 19 and 68 for me. On the back it says, today is a good day to ride. That's to remind any rider who's having a tough time that being able to do this really makes it a pretty good day.